hapon sa inyong lahat. My name is Hannah Bautista, and I'm formally accepting my nomination for secretary. I'm a second-year speech-language pathology major, and through my time in PAC, I was a PAC intern, PC intern, and intern for PCN 38, cultural chair this year, and skit and mark clerk for PCN 39. Though I've only spent 2 years with PAC, I believe I have experienced the community that PAC has always strived to achieve. While it was never perfect, I will forever be grateful to this club that has allowed me to make countless memories with people I never think I'd be friends with, while also allowing me to showcase the love I hold for the Filipino culture. As the current cultural chair, I have been able to plan, run, and oversee 4 large events this term: P-Town Tour, 2 PAC Poetry Nights, and P-Grad. Now that I have experience being the face of some main events, I've seen what it takes to get these events up and running through working with eBoard. Whether it is getting help and getting approval for these events to go on, getting the paperwork filled out and signed, and communicating, I have gained even more respect for the behind-the-scenes work it takes to get all these events and the club in general running smoothly. This is the main reason why I'm running for secretary, to be a guidance and resource to the rest of CAB while also contributing to the fruition of their events throughout the year. As your secretary, I stand by leading with love and trust, not power. I've always had so much passion for this club and what it stands for. What I loved about my time in PAC so far was that most of the people in CAB were leading from a place of wanting to feel welcome and included, not for a power trip. Since a lot of CAB will be newbies next year, I want to be a source of knowledge and reliability, whether it be helping in planning events or advice on how to handle certain situations. Supporting each CAB member, especially the newbies, builds trust between us. My situation this year has allowed me to see and work closely with the different positions. Being one of the pillars gave me more of an appreciation for what the pillars do and how much work they put into their jobs. This perspective can help the next pillars have a quick source of contact whenever they have any questions. Since Secretary also oversees PR chair and historian, I would encourage them to reach out to me if they need any help at all, since I have previous creative experience. Next are a few goals I have for the next year. One of the larger ideas I had was that during the summer, I would work with historian to organize a master list of alumni, specifically from CAB and PCN board, so that future historians will have an easier way of finding contacts for alumni. From what I have seen, it is harder to get a hold of alumni simply because we have no supposed way of contacting them, or we just do not know who to contact in general. I would basically be front-loading all the tedious work of sorting previous alumni contacts, whether that be through searching through previous CAB drives and resources, or even scrolling all the way back on the Instagram page. I believe it would be beneficial to have a more concrete source of contacts. My plan is to organize the alumni in Google Sheets with tabs based on their fields at college, and from there we would include their name, major, career, and all the important things that we need from them. I've seen how difficult the process of finding and contacting alumni is, so this front-loading right now would make it much easier on future secretaries and historians because all they would need to do is add their current CAB onto the record of alumni to contact. As a general CAB member, I want to continue making everyone feel welcome and included during events, but as an eBoard member, being a voice for Gen members is also important as well. I think Gen member feedback is fundamental to the constant improvement of our club, and I want to implement a new way to have Gen member voices heard. This can simply be done through creating a Google form or something similar that we can display as a QR code during check-ins at Gen meetings, or similarly, we can have actual check-ins during that time using an online bulletin board such as Padlet, and I would call it the Kamusta Ka Corner, and at each Gen meeting I would pose a different positive question like, what made you smile today, or what is something you did that you are proud of this week? 1, it gives the Gen members something to do while waiting, and 2, they'll be able to share positive aspects of their lives while also seeing what others wrote. And I think it would be a great way to start Gen meetings by them simply feeling happier. To conclude, PAC is an organization that I hold very dear to my heart, and all the people I've met through this club has left a great impact on me, and I hope to continue leaving that impact on other people. I am confident that I would make a great asset to CAB next year, and I hope that you trust in voting for me as secretary. Thank you all for your time and support.
All right, Bree, whenever you're ready.
All right, so one common issue as secretary is enforcing the fees and fines within CAB, whether there's pushback, people not wanting to pay, saying it's unfair, etc. How do you plan to address this?
As for dealing with CAB, I think I could still implement my idea of leading with love and trust while still being firm, but I need to get things straight. because at the end of the day, the people in CAB know that they have responsibilities to uphold, and I can't control how they will feel about me putting my foot down. But what I can control is approach it, and I can have an understanding tone while also being firm. I still want to maintain a positive environment, so I want it to be like, yes, I'm calling you out for something, but I still see you in a good light. And again, building the trust between other CAB members is crucial in the beginning so that they know I'm not trying to attack them personally. But like rather I'm keeping up my secretaries as my duties as secretary. And building that trust can include holding myself accountable as much as the other CAB members, as well as being consistent with my rules and making sure that no exceptions are made, because once those rules are broken, then other people will go back to it and say like, they'll call me out on breaking those rules. I also still want to continue with the alternatives to paying the fees and fines, like we did this year, such as helping out with other events or just other tasks that they can do to make up for not for getting those fines. And overall, I think my main thing with addressing the fines to specific CAB members, I would first take them to the side and probably just talk to them one-on-one about it. And then if things still persist or nothing improves, then I think calling them out probably like in front of the other CAB members, like as much as they probably wouldn't want that, like if that's the only way that they'll get their fines to be paid, then I think that's what's best.
Thank you. Your next question is from me. One of the importance of this role is that the secretary is the bridge that connects PAC with both ASI and SLD. Can you please tell me who are SLD advisors and what is the assistance with?
So our SLD advisor is Joshua Kabebe, and we go to him to submit forms, and basically that's how we get like our events up and running. We get approval from him, and he assists us in getting those events approved by ASI, and the financial stuff also goes through him as well.
All right, and your next word? Want me to just read it?
No, I got it.
Okay.
So what if, I know you like vaguely touched on them, but can you go into more detail about some of your new ideas that you want to implement?
So one of the things that I mentioned in my speech was doing just like a mass Google sheet of the different alumni we could contact for the future, and this is to make it easier for the future historians, just so that they have easier access to different alumni. And basically, like I said earlier, it would be organized by like their field or their college, and it would include their name, major, career, CAB or board positions, when they served, and their contact information. Another thing I wanted to implement was, since I'm in charge of making the slides for each Gen meeting, was doing that check-in QR code with just like a simple question, like like sort of like Padlet, where it's like a bulletin board, but like you don't have to, it's like anonymous, and then I would pose a simple question that's like positive, that people can scan after they check in for Gen meetings, and it just sets like a really positive tone for the start of the meeting.
Okay, and then your next question from Aldrin. While the secretary position does not host or plan any events on their own and is more of a background character, how will you make your presence as a CAB member known to Gen members?
I think just popping out in general, being present at all the events, and by being present I mean like just not physically being there, but also engaging with the Gen members, saying hi, talking to newbies, talking to even the people that the returners. I think just showing up to events and showing face and just being fully present during those events is something really important.